All right, we got the rambling. This is part 2 of the Dead Alive video.
I didn't know. I thought my phone would have like a longer period of time I could do a video. I guess it's shorter than I thought.
Yeah, and I think
so.
I got to rambling about this one because this is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite horror movies, and we are actually talking in between the videos, and we got kind of confused on which one came first, either
Return of the Living Dead
or Dead Alive. It's because the feel that I got from Dead Alive, it made it seem like such an older movie.
Yes.
It had a different feel to it. You didn't have a whole lot of modern stuff. Like you had like the old timey shop. So like this is actually Return of the Living Dead was made 7 years before this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could be the copy I got, because I got this copy from a couple of very suspicious guys at a horror festival. It's like they were selling all the what was it? Because here it is right here, right? And then here's the disc. So maybe that's also something?
It might be the tone
Perhaps.
of it too, because like even when it was dark, it seems to be a pretty light movie.
Yes.
Like
yes.
The palette more, because like with like Return of the Living Dead, it was a very dark movie. Because you're outside, everything is at night. Even when it's raining, it seemed to be a much darker movie. This one, but like it's also probably the funny aspect of it. This is a much lighter movie, because even when everything is going on, you still laughing.
You're laughing the whole time.
Yeah,
you're laughing the whole time.
Well, I'm laughing.
I was laughing like crazy. I don't know. Like, this is one of those movies where you guys can't see it, but my son's over there playing with Legos. But like, it's one of those movies where he loves. I don't let him watch like It or any of these other crazy horror films.
Yeah.
Not until he's older. But like Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness, I'll let him watch those. He thinks they're funny. They are funny. They're funny movies.
Yeah.
Like, not that I'm going to force him to watch Dead Alive, but if he came in and saw a few things, I don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
It's light, it's humorous, and yeah, I didn't even think about that. But
yeah, and this is like, I think a lot more of the B movies have become more popular now, because you have so many more companies, and it's just, I think people categorize things differently, but just keeping it to like the traditional thought of a B movie, because they started out with westerns and then it got more into sci-fi. It's a non large budget or like a well-known company that produces it. Yes. So like you have a lot of these, but to have it where you have one that's funny and also B, because there are a lot of B movies that try to
take themselves too seriously.
And that's when you get like you have like Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
They made a whole show out of making fun of it, with good intentions, but having fun with movies that take themselves way too serious. This one had such serious parts, but you get very few that can do both so well.
I did not even think about that, because I've only seen a few episodes of Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
3000? Right?
Yeah.
I've seen the movie, though. Like, the movie, right?
Yeah.
Where it does, like, the guys with the big heads and everything.
Yeah.
And honestly, I never thought about that. They wouldn't be able to do an effective episode of that show for Dead Alive, because it doesn't take itself seriously.
No, exactly.
They would be making fun of the movie, but the joke's on them, because they're making fun of themselves already.
No, and exactly, and it's
I didn't think about that.
But it's done so well. That's the one.
Yeah.
There's a very fine line to where like I get this much joy out of something, because like we can watch Hatchet and like it's we find things that are funny, but I don't think it's written to be that way. But it has a lot of practical effects. This one is meant to be. It's meant to be funny. It's just it doesn't take itself seriously, but then you realize the work that they put into their zombies, and you're like, he obviously took this extremely seriously. Like, he put so much love into this, and can turn around and put the dumbest joke in it. To me, that is such a dynamic that it's the most fun for me when it comes to these movies. Like, this is one of the most fun movies I can have.
When you're talking about fun, I think kind of segueing into what he said his favorite scene was that not Chainsaw. I'm getting mixed up with Evil Dead, but. Like when you were saying with the zombies, they come in at the party at the end. Yeah. And here comes Lionel with a freaking lawnmower. He just tipped it up.
No, the old school push lawnmower. He's fashioned like this strap on his back, and it's just him spinning in circles, just throwing people into the...
But it's like what you said. You said they put so much work into the zombies here. The creativity is amazing, and the gore effects, like... the amount of shots they had to do.
Oh,
he ran right into the zombies, limbs everywhere, blood just like and there was a part where he looked like he was a part of like an herbal essences commercial where he's like whipping his hair.
Yeah, they do that.
Blood
they have so many good effects where it just shows the lawnmower and body parts going in, but then they have some where it's just him and they're just throwing buckets of blood on him, and he's just turning his face and it's just flying everywhere.
Like the whole screen was red. I mean, like I said, the blood is weird in this movie, so it was like gross looking red, but it was just so glorious, and you could tell the actor himself was just. He was soaked with blood. He was just having the time of his life, man.
And that's like there are a few movies where like you get into that little niche of the horror genre, and for me, when it comes to either like B movie where they try to have horror in it, but they try to do it right, this is the one that I always compare it to.
Yeah.
Like I hate to compare those movies, but just like
right.
But at the same time, it's just like having the record to it. You always hold the things to that record and be like, this is what I really like. So it's just like I can enjoy it, but this one took it to the pinnacle for me.
Yes.
And it's just like it paved the way for so many other things like that. So for me personally, it's just like inadvertently I do that. We do that with everything. It's just like, oh, you do compare things to other things that you enjoy.
It's hard not to.
It's hard not to, but like you and I can do it analytically. Like we both still enjoy other movies, and like most movies that you do are newer movies.
Yeah.
Just to keep that, you know what I mean? Because it's become more popular, and I love that.
For sure, yeah.
But at the same time, like that's why I try not to do all the older movies with you, because I have a soft spot in my heart for them, because they are my favorite.
Yes.
And it's because it gave me that love for it, and I kind of have to compare everything to it because I love them so much. Because you know what I mean? Like they were my introduction into it, so they have a special place to me.
Well, it's like you said, the introduction. So you hold it dear to your heart. Like
some
of that's why honestly, Evil Dead 2 will never That's like an untouchable movie, because
it's one of my favorites.
Honestly, well, I've always liked horror. I've always loved Goosebumps growing up. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I always liked it, but I was never fully obsession didn't actually start until I watched Evil Dead 2 in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Once that happened, I'm like, holy crap, this is my new favorite thing.
Yeah,
and ever since then, I mean, look, stuff has spiraled. Like, this is what we love.
I love it. And I love that they keep doing that. I love that they keep putting out new movies.
Yeah.
That's why I won't get too crazy on you and have you do a lot of the older ones. We'll definitely space them out, but I had to do this one because because it's a different part of the genre that we have not talked about on this show yet.
Right.
So and that's the cool thing about the resurgence, or not even the resurgence, but it's just the growing popularity in it, because it used to be a lot more occult.
Yes.
The horror genre, it never made as much money as other ones.
And not that big budget movies aren't good. I mean, there's a lot of really good big budget horror films. Like I love the Conjuring franchise and Insidious and stuff
nowadays, yeah, that's what I'm getting.
But with some of the movies that you're talking about, like the ones that we love. If you look for some of the independent horror films that don't make it to the big theater or the main circuit, you look for some of those lower ones, great effects. Really cool kills, like The Void. You told me about The Void.
The Void, that's another
that
really
has
good
cool effects. But because it's an independent film, it didn't get all the hype and glamour that you would see from Annabelle or something.
It would have been the same thing with Evil Dead without Stephen King's endorsement saying that it was the scariest movie. That was one of their big turning points.
He did say that.
It could have easily slid by, and we might not have been introduced to it. You know what I mean? It grew a lot of its fame because of that. You have one of the most prolific writers.
It's like the Norman Rockwell of horror films.
Yeah,
or horror books, really.
Absolutely, and to get that endorsement, you know what I mean? Because it's there's so many movies that we probably haven't seen that could be our new favorites, but it's just you don't see them until you. That's why we keep trying to watch new movies, because you always give new movies a chance. Because I mean, the 20. I always bring it up, but the 2013 Evil Dead. It gave new life to, you know what I mean? It gave me hope for newer movies. Because there are people out there still pushing the envelope like this movie. Because you have all those older movies and you have somebody like this and makes the movie dead alive. And it's just, they push the envelope, but can still do it with, it's not like they're trying. They're pushing it too hard. It's just,
Well, you can, and it's good. That's one of the reasons why I like horror. It's so easy to push the envelope with horror films, and so
yeah, but to do it tastefully.
Tastefully, for sure. Do you have any final thoughts on this Dead Alive movie? Maybe I should hold it up.
Just like I try and say this every time we do this. Everybody makes their.
Oh, but
every movie has its audience.
yes.
You know what I mean? This might not be somebody's favorite movie, but you always give them a chance.
Don't watch it with the grandma.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time,
maybe,
there might be. But, like, always give a movie a chance because you don't know what's going to surprise you, just like what I was talking to you about. Like, I had reservations with the Evil Dead movie, but things will surprise you. You always need to give things a chance. And it's just like, it's movies like this that keep me watching newer movies because however many years ago, 1992. So they could put out something like this. That's one of my favorite movies. So that's what keeps giving me the confidence to keep watching new horror movies because there are these gems like this that will always stand. Because even this many, I'm still blown away by a lot of the effects that they did. This many years later,
right?
And it's just it's a movie that still stands up.
You know, you say that, and also what came to my mind as well is like I feel people need to, especially upcoming filmmakers. Not that I think CGI gore can be bad. I mean, no. CGI blood can be cool. Like in my last video, I was talking about Hellboy, and I thought it was good. So I thought they did a good job. But I feel like before you just go head on all 100% CGI on everything, I feel like people need to watch films like this and just see how creative
you can be.
You can be, and like Peter Jackson got with his gore because I'm telling you what, like the best part of this movie was just seeing what he was going to do different with the next kill because they were all different.
They were all different.
They're all different. And so this movie's freaking amazing.
I would say definitely give it a chance. Yeah. Absolutely top 10 horror movies for me. I would say it has to be one of my top 10 favorites.
Yeah, it might be.
It's just for joy for me just watching it. The joy I get out of watching it.
Maybe we need to do that for the next video. We'll give our top 10s.
We do need.
You make me ponder.
We do need to do that, especially with maybe we should do that for Halloween because I know you tried to do the 15.
Right.
I watched 69 last year. The month of October.
Did you choose that number for a reason?
No, I tried to fit in as many as possible, and I ended up hitting 69 last October.
For sure, yeah. Oh man, it's people like this. Declan, come here. I want you to apologize for the camera. I'm just kidding. Come here. Declan's gonna send off our video a little bit. The reason why he watched 69 videos and I watched 15 was because of this little monkey butt.
Yeah, I don't have kids. It's a lot easier to watch horror movies.
Your hair is insane. But thanks for joining us on this video. And what should we do as like a little send-off? We don't talk about these things before. We just push play and we talk.
We kind of wing it, and we ramble on, but it's...
We can start choking Declan. I'm just kidding. All right.
Just keep loving horror movies, you know what I mean? Keep an open mind, and you like what you like. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You don't have to...
Exactly. It's like Apple Jacks.
You don't have to be negative about it. Or Apple Jacks, I guess.
What we like. All right, so on the count of 3, let's all go, ah! 1, 2, 3. Ah! No, you little...